What is going on, everybody? My name is Cody and welcome to the demo of Titanic Honor and Glory. Now this is version 1.2 of this demo, and as you can see it says campaign ended for support at 21st of April 2015. So here we are, it is January 2016, so hopefully they got what they needed to do to build another proper build of this game. I've heard some mixed reviews on this one. It's supposed to be somewhat similar to Fall of the Titanic, only done with a lot more detail and whatnot, and hopefully that's going to be the case. Now, before we go any further, I hope the screen stays at the 1080p format or 720p when it renders down, because I've got my first screen here and my third screen here having stuff on them as well, so I'm hoping that everything stays here or everything's going to be cropped quite heavily, and I really hope not, or else I'll have to take care of it. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what we got for settings. We have V-Sync and Bloom, depth of field, anti-aliasing, effects, texture, shadows. We have low, medium, high, and Titanic. Apparently these buttons do nothing. So depth of field does nothing. All that kind of stuff does nothing. So let's go ahead and read some information. Use WASD keys to walk around. Shift to run. Unlike Fall Titanic, you can do that at the beginning of the game apparently. Shift I to turn off demo info boxes. Okay. Turn on demo info boxes back on. Escape or P during the demo to enter pause or exit menu. The disclaimer. Please keep in mind as you play this demo is far from a finish prior to we release this an extremely early production demo for promotional purposes. Completeness of demo. What you are presented here is made simple and rudimentary walkthrough of about less than 3% of the floor space of the Titanic, and the final project will have the entire ship to explore every cabin, public room, bathrooms, crew space, corridor, and access passage. You'll be able to explore a piece of the harbor city of Southampton as it appeared in 1912. People will be walking the ship, and you'll experience the voyage and sinking with interactive storylines and characters. Graphics and performance. Over the course of production, graphics will be improved, additional details will be added, and performance itself will be increased through numerous optimizations in the levels, content, and engine. Despite the intention of adding additional items to the game to process, such as props, people, and water, we have not optimized the level contained in this demo for performance purposes, and there's a good chance that any performance issues one might experience in this demo will be improved or fully fixed by the game's completion. Accuracy. Lastly, we know that many players of this demo will be going over every detail with a fine-tooth comb looking for new features and details of the ship to learn about. We are working with some of the top Titanic historians in the field and have a vast library of materials and resources to guarantee a high level of authenticity of the models we produce. The facts we include and the eventual story and people aboard the ship as this is still very early in production, some of the details we've included in this demo are temporary. Curtains or pasted walls, models in place only fill a void or gap to give the impression of a more complete ship. Please keep in mind that while there may be relatively minor inaccuracies in these models, as well as many incomplete or missing model or textual details, we are already aware of them and we will be working out them long before the completion of this project. Thank you, the Honor and Glory team. Now, what that is saying to me is that these people are as big history buffs, especially with Titanic, as I am, if not even greater, which says a lot, because this game sounds like it's got a lot of promise, and I'm really hoping when I hit the demo button I'm not going to be disappointed, because I really do hope that this game is great. I enjoy being a beta tester. I like doing alpha runs, game stress tests, all that kind of good stuff. I even thought Titanfall was a good thing at the beginning, so I mean, I have no problems with that. So let's go ahead and get some other stuff done. I'm not going to go ahead and read that, but if you want, you can screenshot that and read it under your own ledger. And let us go ahead and finally get this show on the road and hit the start demo button. Let's see what we got. It's probably going to be in the 5760. Yep. Okay, well, anyway, I'll try to help you guys out. Welcome to the demo tour. Press Shift I to hide info boxes. Press I to show info boxes. Press T to enter B and W mode. I guess that means black and white. Press Shift T to... Oh, that's what it does. Okay. Press Shift T to exit black and white mode. Okay, give me my colors back. If you enjoy this demo, please support us on Indiegogo to help us complete the ship and the game. www.igg.me/@/Titanic game. Campaign ends April 21st, 2015. Having a look around. First thing I see, that actually looks pretty good. The texture details are not terrible. Like, obviously, ambient oscillation is a thing. Okay, let's see. Through these doors, first-class passengers boarded the Titanic at Southampton. These doors were ordered open by the second officer Lieutenant Den sinking with the intention of loading lifeboats through them. However, no lifeboats rowed to them, and they only hastened the flooding. Well, damn. I told her. So these doors right here would have been probably, go away. These doors right here probably would have been, if I'm not mistaken, they would have been where people would have entered the ship through the sides, where they would have had the railways and whatnot to assist that. What that shit? Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and get my. Okay, so I was silly, and apparently hitting the remove the information thing is actually kind of bugged at the moment. So we're gonna go ahead and just look back on everything. And what I'm currently seeing versus what you guys are seeing would be I'd be looking things in my 1080. You guys are looking at what should be 1080, and I'm looking at my 5760, so I have a much bigger field of view than you guys do. But hopefully things aren't looking that bad. Let's see, this way to the first class cabins on D deck. Okay, so there's a curtain there. That's obviously supposed to be a functionality. Let's see, first class elevator foyer rather. These three elevators lead to A, B, C, D, and E decks. Elevators are out of order because that would be very, very bad. Okay, so we're on D deck. This would have been where people would have gotten on the ship now that I think about it. Let's see. Through these doors, passengers and the tenders from the tenders at Cherbourg and Queenstown would board the Titanic. Others would disembark at these locations. The first class Cherbourg tender Nomadic is the last remaining ship built for the White Star Line and is currently preserved in Belfast, Northern Ireland. And it's actually a really cool ship. I've done a lot of research on things of this material, and you can honestly say that stuff is cool as shit. Let's see what we got here. Hey. Electrical distribution panel. Panels like this and others around the ship control the flow of electricity to lighting and other circuits. Shock risk, do not touch. Ah! Son of a bitch. Don't touch me. That was actually a good touch. That was a nice touch. Let's see. Let me see. Alright, so according to this, there's 36 circuits. I want to say that. Well, no, we're not on the bridge, so that wouldn't have been a thing. Okay, so now we're running. This actually looks really good. Like, this is awesome. Deck reception room. In this room, first class passengers would meet before entering the dining saloon for dinner. After dinner, tea and light fare would be served as the orchestra played tunes of the day. Let's keep in mind that back in 1912, these ships, especially the Olympic and Titanic in question, were the absolute authority when it came to works of art and technological awesomeness. Let's see what else we got here. French tapestry woven by Ambrosian for the White Star Line, based on the Chestigois series, or Chestigois series. If I butchered that, anybody that speaks French, please let me know, and I'll try not to screw up. Passengers are requested not to smoke in this room until after luncheon. English ships, very upper crust. Okay, let's see. We're on D deck. Let's see. Piano. Steinway Model B grand piano, one of the 6 pianos on board Titanic. Now that's actually something I did not previously know. Reception room and dining saloon windows are lit at night by Linite fixtures behind the windows. Now that's really neat too. Huh. So that's actually a really cool thing to see. Like, I didn't know this either. Like, I figured they were just going to be regular old light bulbs and whatnot that you would have found on the Titanic or any kind of a building of the day, rather, not just a ship. But that's actually something that's great about this game. Like, I'm already really digging this game because of that. Like, I don't really see it as much of a video game as I do as a learning kind of scenario. But let's see. This way to the first class dining saloon. Meal service at the first class dining saloon was included at the price of a first class ticket. Sunday mornings, the room would be used for religious services. The saloon was being set for breakfast during the iceberg collision. That's right. Door's not open yet, obviously. That's one place that hasn't been sorted out yet. Can I go through here? Is this going to say the same thing? Yep. Okay, let's see. So that concludes this room. What do we have in here? Oh, thank you. Oh. Let's see, I was already in this room. Let's see, can I go through here? Nope. Okay. Alright, so these doors all lead to this one spot. So I guess what we'll do next is... This is glorious. This is the grand staircase. This way to C, B, A, and boat decks. Locations to the grand staircase on the decks above include the inquiry office, first class lounge, reading and writing room, gymnasium, and Marconi wireless room. But before we do that, I want to... And keep in mind, since I do a lot of space engineer stuff, I really want to see the power plant of this ship if at all possible, so... Let's go ahead and climb down the grand staircase down to E deck. Grand staircase E deck. This way to the first class cabins on E deck and Scotland Road. Further down are the bath facilities. Let's see. And that was entirely Facebook that did that. Oh. Nice! Okay, okay. Let's see what we got here. Locations in this direction include alternate first-class cabins and the second-class staircases. Let me go ahead and take care of something real quick, though, so we don't get hit with that ding, ding, ding again. Alright, so what we're looking at here, second name, okay. Ah, that's awesome. They're actually trying to, list everybody's cabin names and whatnot. That's fantastic. So E27, occupant unknown, or uncertain rather. So you, crew and cabin, lady clerk, and restaurant cashier. E26, Laura Mabel, friend Satelli, secretary to Lady Duff Gordon. Locations in this location in this direction include the mailroom and first class squash court. Or not that. Okay. Elevators are out of order, so I have to take the stairs very clearly. Okay, so that'll be nice to be able to see the squash court. Let's see. See if we can find Thomas Andrews' E23, Molly Brown. It's really cool. I'd like to be able to see some of these old rooms. So far, so good. I mean, I'm not on a sinking ship right now, but that's all well and good for me because I'm getting to explore something that's had my fixation for literally decades at this point. Look up. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Alright, so for a demo, this is insane. I'm really appreciative of the views I'm getting of everything. Emergency door. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Scotland Road, named after this. Close that door. Damn it. Okay. It says, if I can get it into focus, I can see it, but I'm trying to make it easy. Scotland Road, named after the street in Liverpool where many crew of the early White Star Line ships lived. Scotland Road is the main access passage for crew and third-class passengers. It ran the length of the ship along the port side, although what is featured in this demo is only a short section near the middle of the ship. And as you can see, it's a dank, dark place. But it actually has the steam pipes. That's a drying room. Okay. Let's see. This way to Scotland Road forward and third class. Very good. So it keeps you from going any further than that. That's actually all well and good to me. Second class stewards. Second class stewards. Berths. On Scotland Road. Steward's lavatory. Too bad I can't go in there and see what their lavatories were like. To boiler room 4. Alright, so that means that we are definitely midship. Saloon waiters. Alright, crew stairs. Boiler room 3. And this should be drying room. Okay. And this should be third class aft in the turbine or reciprocating engine rooms. I really do hope they let us go to the engine room. Okay. Third class dining saloon on F deck. This room is where Titanic the third class passengers, primarily single men and women traveling, or men traveling in groups, would dine. As a safety precaution, single men were segregated from families, women, and children, and were quartered in the forward section of the ship. So they actually did have some level of concern for families, which is admirable. This went to the forward third-class dining saloon. Well, where's the door? Alright, that... Okay. Let's see, 48. Huh. Holland American Line, Rotterdam to New York. The New Amsterdam, looks like. 17,250 registered tons. Okay, what about you? This way to the third class pantry and galley. Nope. Is it the Adriatic? No. Okay. But don't know exactly what the story on those are. That's probably like something. They're like event markers of some sort. Okay. So this gives you a sense that it's probably probably loud down in this part of the ship. We are in F deck, so this is the lowest deck for the populace that would normally be associated with the poorest people on board ship. So that takes you to the galley. That's cool. So what I'm reckoning is that we're gonna have to go back through here, outside Scotland Road, obviously. Okay. Open. Very nice. Doors are ornate. You can't really tell that they're there. Now, I think we went through here a minute ago. Let's see. Anything at all? Yeah, and there was nothing here. Okay, so the only thing left to do now is to go down, and then we'll be able to focus on other things. F deck. Grand Staircase F deck. F the deck is the lowest deck of the Grand Staircase. There are no first class cabins on this deck, and apart from the floor of the squash court, and no first class facilities below this deck. Fan room. This way to the plunge bath swimming pool. A watertight door is beyond this door. I'll get to that in just a minute. Storage locker. female Turkish bath attendants, 2 assistant and 2 stewards, closed pressing room, baggage master. I'm loving how they're actually going through all this through the register and seeing what they're getting. So my fan room. So right now my guilty pleasure is here, and this would be the Turkish baths of the Titanic. This and a lot of the documentaries that you can see on National Geographic and History Channel and whatnot show this room. It's got the I believe the wood was teak, which is one of the most dense type of wood and one of the most resistant to decomposition kind of wood that would have been used on board ship, and all this would be covered in mud and sand and all that kind of stuff, yet the arches and whatnot of the timbers are actually still in place even after 100 years being at the bottom of the ocean. It's fantastic. Let's see, Turkish bath cooling room. This richly appointed room is where passengers would go to cool off after a rigorous bathing process. Or bathing, rather. Sorry, try not to yawn. Oh, we got pictures too. That's awesome. Let's see what we got. What we got. Huh. One of the radio operators. Alright, let's see. The locker, changing stalls, those have been gone. Please donate to our campaign. Oh, that's actually very nicely done. Very nice touch. False portholes covered by Cairo curtains, which became leftover decor elements after Titanic's Turkish bath layout was changed from Olympics design. This room being moved inboard. Okay. Weighing machine used by passengers to compare weights before and after a session in the bath to see if they were able to sweat off any weight. Well, you know, after the ship sank, there was. This way to additional Turkish bath facilities. I was hoping that they would, like I was mentioning before, talk about the material that went into the actual Turkish bath. Like I said, this is one of the most well-preserved rooms in the wreck that has been found thus far since its discovery in 1985. And being that it's on F deck, it's also one of the hardest to reach rooms. Now, no one has been able to get into the room where the swimming pool and everything else was. But fun fact, as the ship was sinking at the beginning, the swimming pool was one of the only parts in the ship that wasn't flooded at the beginning of the disaster. So let's see what we got. Storage locker. So what we're going to do, instead of going down more, we're going to go up, because I think they don't want me to go any more down. Which is totally okay, because there's plenty of things to do up on the higher decks anyway. Let's see. And yeah, I know guys, this video is taking a while, but I'm just drinking it all in. Alright, so what we got? Hey! If you want to experience the areas above and experience the voyage and sinking, please visit us at Indigo, blah blah blah, and donate. And okay, so that is all the places I'm allowed to go apparently so far. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my closing statements on this. So far, this is looking very, very nice. Like, this is a good tech demo for the game. Ooh, excuse me. This is a very nice tech demo for the game, as I was saying, and I find it very, very, very nicely done so far. If the rest of the game could be made this way, this would be absolutely fantastic. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you very much for checking out my video and my channel. You guys are awesome. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. And if you'd like to see more of this game, be sure to try to support these guys as much as you can. And be sure to subscribe to me so you can see more. And I will see you guys in the next video. So with that being said, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.